Doesn't like me. Hey, where's that piece of wood? It's okay. Mic check 1 2. Hopefully you can hear us. We're live from Lake Dallas, where Mason Shimkus is leading off for the Mustangs. Mason's the catcher for the Mustangs. Get you an ambient mic here in just a moment. There's a foul ball. Looks like he's going to be in the hole, 2 strikes. We're trying to get set up here, folks, a little bit earlier start time than we anticipated. Mason has 2 strikes. Fly ball out here toward the Tradio truck, caught by the left fielder, number 12 for Lake Dallas. Be 1 out in the game. Now batting for the Mustangs, number 11, Patrick McCullough. Number 14. And that is, I don't know who number 14 is. I got to get his name before we're over with here. But he tried to bunt for a base hit, didn't catch him off guard. 2 outs now. Now we got number 11, Patrick McCullough, at the plate for the Mustangs. McCullough is the senior shortstop for the Mustangs. Very solid player. Been in the 2 or 3 hole all year for the Stangs. First pitch is a called strike by the umpire, and then swinging on a breaking pitch. I'll tell you what, that pitcher for Lake Dallas, he's got the Mustangs already kind of confused on what his MO is. He looks like he's setting up that curveball nicely. Here's an 0-2 pitch. I don't think it'll be, yes, it is hittable, and it's right up the middle by McCullough for a base hit into center field. And nobody's covering second base, so McCullough, heady base running right there. I tell you what, they got to give him a double in the book. The shortstop went out to take the cutoff, and the second baseman got caught on the outfield cut. McCullough with some heady base running around the first base and kept on running when he saw that nobody was on the bag. So now we've got number 6 for the Mustangs. This is Jack Rogers, the first baseman. He hits one to the right side, and that's going to be foul outside the first base bag. Rogers has had a walk-off this year earlier in the season. He's been a solid player for the Mustangs at first base. Gets the bat on the ball, puts the ball in play. Solid at first base. McCullough with a big enough lead to get the pitcher to step off the rubber. Nobody at second base is in his zip code. The shortstop is deking him a little bit. He's wide open to move. Looks like 1 ball, 1 strike now on Jack Rogers, who checks Coach Webster to see if any plays are on the order or in order, and I think the answer is no. There's a bouncing ball kind of up the middle. Second baseman backhands it, throws back to his left in time for the 3rd out. Mustangs go 1 hit, no runs, runner left on base at the end of a half inning. Grapevine Mustangs 0. Lake Dallas Falcons coming to bat. Back to live action now. On the hill for the Mustangs. Game 1 opener. Zach Quinn. There's a bouncer to the second baseman, Conlon McKinley. It's going to be an infield hit. Infield hit for the Lake Dallas Falcons. That ball was set to be a tough play from the time he hit it. He hit it right into the turf in front of the pitcher. It took a nice big hop. The only way you could make that play, I think, is actually charge the ball, catch it on a short hop, and fire it to first base. Conlon did all he could on that. It'll go down as an infield hit. Lake Dallas Falcons are in business here in the first inning. And the 2-hole hitter gets hit in the helmet. Runners on first and second now for Lake Dallas. I'm not getting any audio from you. Yeah. All right. Okay. There's a double steal. Lake Dallas men on second and third now with nobody out. Coach Webster calls timeout to head out to the mound and check things out, settle the team down. This is a beautiful park. This is 100% turf. It is fantastic, this facility, from the bullpens all the way down to the dugouts for the players. It's first class, A1. I mean, I'm partial to the field over at Grapevine, but I got to tell you, if you got to go play somewhere else, this is beautiful, what they have up here at Lake Dallas. 2 balls, no strikes now on the 3-hole hitter for Lake Dallas. Infield's up. Coach elects to pull the infield in. They want to cut the run here on the early going. Base hit the left field, and throw comes up and hits the cutoff man. They got a guy hung up now, and he's going to be out at second base. Alert play that time by Jace Christian, and great job in the outfield. I think that may be Bradshaw in left field. But the throw to home was through the cutoff man. Jace was able to cut it off, and the guy was rounding that hit the ball. He made the cutoff, got the ball over to the second baseman to get the first out of the inning. They're going to say that one went off somebody's foot, batters, and there'll be one strike. Mustangs still up. Going to cut that run at home if they can. It's a good pitch right there. I believe it's Quinn on the mound for the Mustangs. Going to be strike three. Picks up the strikeout when he needs it. Great job of pitching right there. Powers through to get the second out of the inning. There's a called strike. Nice off speed. I'm not getting any of your audio. I don't know. Is it on? Can you see the meters? Called strike. And there's a ball that's hitting foul territory. There's a lot of foul territory here. Jace may have a play on it. No, it hits the. It's hit the edge of the wall that's coated in the plastic cushion area, right above the second B in baseball on the third base side. Would have taken a great play to get over there and grab it, but the Mustangs let an opportunity go there. 2 strikes now on the batter. Ball's up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I thought when that ball was hit, they had a shot at it, but left-handed hitter, that spin that he puts on it, hitting the outside pitch up in the air, it was tailing away from the field, and the wind is blowing left to right here today, compounding the issue. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Should be out of the inning here, and they are. Mustangs get the third out. Jack Rogers has to do his thing over there. They give up 1 run, though, so the Falcons jump on top. After 1 inning of play, your score, Lake Dallas Falcons 1. Grapevine Mustangs 0 coming to bat. Back at you now from the ballpark. Number 19, Jace Christian at bat for the Mustangs. Takes low for ball 1. If you're joining us late, the leadoff hitter for Lake Dallas. There's a ball hit back to the pitcher. Jace is going to be out at first base. Leadoff batter for Lake Dallas actually drove a ball into the turf, got a high hop, and was able to beat it out to first base. Eventually made it to second on a hit by pitch to the two-hole hitter. They both moved up on a double steal, and the guy from third scored on a base hit to left, and that's where we are now. Falcons had a good a good bottom of the first. There's a rip, line drive, but it's going to be held up in the air, and the center fielder tracks it down, gets underneath. It'll be 2 outs for the Falcons here. That was a good swing on the ball. He got the barrel on it. Just seemed like it died in the air. Didn't have a lot of jump off the bat. Pitcher on the hill for the Falcons doing a good job of changing things up in terms of speed. Looks like Sam Pierce in the box right here. It could be Garrison Goldsberry. They're both left-handed hitters. I could tell you when we get a number from him here. But first pitch is a ball and the second pitch is a ball. Either one of those guys is going to put some pressure on the pitcher if they make it to first base. Wind seems like it may have shifted. It's going from the outfield to the infield now. Ball's all the way back to the backstop. 3-0 on the batter. And that is one thing that seems like it might be, based on the landscape, it might be a characteristic of this ballpark, and that's the wind blows in and not out. And that's good because the fences, while I like them quite a bit for what we're doing here, they're only about 6 feet tall in the outfield. And it's that corrugated metal. You got to play the weird hop if it hits on one of the rims. Hey, the Mustangs get a walk to first base. Brings up number 22, Conlon McKinley, the second baseman today. McKinley takes a hack at the first pitch. 1 strike. Conlon was a winning pitcher last Friday night when the Mustangs had that 3.5-hour marathon game with a 50-minute lightning delay in the middle. Umpire kind of flinched like he was thinking about calling that pitch, but it was way up in the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Conlon pitched 5 innings, I think, last Friday. Very humid today. There's not a lot of humidity in the air. There's going to be a base hit to the left side. McKinley strokes one off the barrel of the bat, picks up a hit. Mustangs got something cooking with 2 outs, runners on first and second. Conlon kept his hands inside, swung the stick, got the sweet spot on it, and was able to drive it out here into the outfield. The ball's going to pick up speed when it hits the turf, generally if it has top spin or if it's squared up. Ball's up in the air. 1 ball. Coach Webster running through some signals with 2 outs. Not sure exactly what might be in order. Runners on first and second for the Mustangs. Kind of behind on that pitch. Looks like this guy can bring the mustard when he needs to. He's mixing up speeds well. Coach Webster running through a bunch of signals, and the batter steps out, takes a look. 2-1. He dropped his hands like he was thinking about bunting that time. They may be just trying to figure out what the third baseman's going to do on a bunt and then try to take advantage of that one way or the other. Reasonable lead at second base, but nothing too out of the ordinary. 2 balls, 2 strikes now after the called second strike on number 7 for the Mustangs. I guess by now I should have their numbers and names memorized, but I don't. I'll make a commitment to do that by the next game. Yep, strike 3. painted it right on the outer half. Nobody's arguing. Everybody's trotting off. That's the end of the top of the second. We're going to go to the bottom of the second now. Lake Dallas is ahead, 1-0. Sorry about the drop there, folks. Got a foul ball. I don't know why he stopped play on that. Unless it hit somebody. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looks like he fouled it forward. Into the bullpen. No chance. Well, hopefully you're not getting that symptom that we saw at 1080-60 on this connection that we have. But the bandwidth seemed to be good. No, I'm using the opposite. It's in the computer. Yeah, are you using that for the encoder? No. Why not? I'm not familiar with that. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me actually do that. Well, we're back at you. Got 2 outs now. We're in the bottom of the second. Trying to keep up. Having some unpredictable situations out here on the gear. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on the Lake Dallas hitter. There's a 1-2 pitch. Umpire raised his arms like he was going to call that one. Have you got your sound back on? Yep. I thought he was going to call that one, actually. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, what a beautiful breaking pitch by Quinn on that one. Mustangs shut them down in the bottom of the second. We're going to go to the top of the third. We got a nice game brewing out here, trying to beat the rain. It's Mustangs 0, Lake Dallas 1. Mustangs are coming to bat here in the third. A ball hit up in the air. Shortstop's got a beat on it. Gets underneath it and makes the play. For the first out of the inning. Here's another attempted bunt. It was going to be a slash. Squared around to bring the third base. Third baseman's way up on the front of the cut now. I think if number 14 does that again, the first baseman's going to be right in his face, and he's going to probably be able to slash it right down. 2 balls, no strikes. Mustangs got to get some runners here. Can't score a run without a runner. A flare for the obvious. 3 balls, no strikes. And the 3-0 pitch is right down the gut. 3-1 now. There's a ball that's hit down the line at third, and I didn't hear anybody yell foul, but I guess they did. The third baseman pulled up on it, and the batter's going back to hit. I think that's number 14. I think 14 is Bradshaw. Three balls, 2 strikes now. Pitcher for the Falcons has been in command since the opening pitch. Let's see what he has in store here. Ball's down. There's going to be a walk, and the Mustangs will have a runner at first base with 1 out. So the Mustangs have the 3-hole hitter, number 11, Patrick McCullough. Might be there's a ball hit to the right side, but it's going to be foul. Slicing away, kept his hands inside on an outside pitch. Is a little bit near his knees. And that backspin, inside-out swing, put it over there beyond the bullpen on the right. 1 strike on McCullough. Throw over to first base. Everybody's good. That's an excellent move, though. Pretty quick on his feet. Got rid of the ball quickly. This might be a spot for the Mustangs to get something going. A little hit and run action, but probably wait and see another pitch before it happens. Nope, there goes the batter from first. It was a hit and run. McCullough swung at it, and 2 strikes. A steal of second base. Mustangs have a runner in scoring position now with 1 out. Got to battle here. Got to fight it off. Got to get it in play somehow. And he does. And the runner won't be able to advance because it was a snap back to the pitcher. It's a good job of battling with 2 strikes. That ball takes a little bit higher hop. It's going to be a base hit like he got in the first inning. 2 outs now. Jack Rogers up for the Mustangs. Need a big 2-out clutch hit to drive in and run. I imagine since he's the 4-hole hitter and first base is open, they might be pretty careful with him. Wind has shifted again. It's blowing left to right now. And that's left to right from our point of reference. That's a base hit for Rogers in the hole. Runners on first and third now. Now you have some plays in your toolkit. Depending on what you're thinking. I imagine that something's going to happen here. This is Jace Christian. Sophomore, number 19, third base anchor this year. There's a ball that got down, and Rogers is going to make it to second base on the play. Alert base running, but there's a very good job by the catcher to block the pitch and keep it out in front of him. And then he got to make the decision on whether he wanted to throw at Rogers, and he elected to give him a stolen base. Christian fouls it off to the right. Back to Jace. I think the only game that I've seen that he didn't start was when he wasn't feeling well. Has done a great job defensively. Bat has been very solid. I've seen him drive some to the half. There's a rip right there. That's going to score maybe 2 runs for the Mustangs. The sophomore comes through again. They're going to make the throw to home, and it's going to be a 2 RBI hit. Christian's going to be out at second base, but I'll tell you what, I think they'll let him ride on that one. Jace Christian, sophomore, number 19, delivers to the right side, picks up 2 for the Mustangs. We're going to head to the bottom of third. Score just flipped. Grapevine 2, Lake Dallas coming to bat with 1. Mustangs with a quick out here in the bottom of the third. And the Tradio truck kicks in. You can hear the generator kick in out to power everything. Yeah. All right. The sophomore, number 19, there's a square for a bunt, but he pulls it back. The sophomore, number 19, with a big clutch 2-out hit in the top of the third, has pushed the Mustangs in front 2-1. Quinn on the mound for Grapevine, the game 1 pitcher. Rocky start in the first inning. Since then, he's seems to have settled down. There's a line drive that should be caught by the right fielder, and it is. Two outs now. 2 outs for Lake Dallas bats in the bottom of the third. Called strike. It's going to be a tough play. It's going to be a base hit. Nobody's covering. Must have rolled foul, and it did. I'll tell you what, that was a phenomenal bunt. Guy got it down to the first base side, and you know, Rogers is playing back on the outfield cut. Jace Christian at third is playing up near the bag. So, pretty good thinking by that hitter. Try to push it into no man's land where Zach can't get there to cover and Jack can't beat him down to make a play. Ball hitting to the ground. Christian fields it. He throws to first base. Safe at first. Off the bag. Ball pulled Rogers. Lake Dallas with a base runner here in the bottom of the third. One ball, one strike now. Quinn comes set. Checks the runner, throws to first. He's back on his stomach. One thing about this turf is when you get a lead, it's pretty easy to get back. The dirt doesn't grab you when you're diving back. Now, where it hurts you is if you're running from first to second on a steal or a double. There's a fly ball hit out here to foul territory. A lot of room for foul territory. Hello? One ball, two strikes. There's a line shot that's going to be between the two outfielders. Running from first, what a great arm out there in right field, and the cutoff is made by McKinley. Lake Dallas has got something going here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third in response to the Mustangs. That was a rip. Man, that was a line shot right in the gap, and it was amazing. Folks, be sure to subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to get in touch with us for any reason, the email is tradio, TR3DIO, @tradio.com. Tradio@tradio.com. First pitch is a called strike by Quinn. Quinn's a senior for the Mustangs. Throw over to first base. That's kind of nothing more than, hey, I just want you to know that I know you're over there, and I know that if you get too much, I'm going to throw over there with my good move. There he goes. He's going to take off anyway, and a foul ball is going to hit the Baptist parking lot and end up getting some cars, I think. Man, I'll tell you what, there's only a few places the ball can be hit and possibly get some property. And one of them is with a left-handed hitter hitting the ball over the third base dugout. 2 strikes now. That's strike 3 called. That was a delayed steal happening with the runner from first base, but it doesn't matter. Quinn hit the top of the strike zone with an off-speed pitch. We're going to roll on to the top of the 4th. You score Mustangs 2, Lake Dallas 1. Well, they've thrown the ball around. It's ended up back at the pitcher, so you know what time it is. It's time for live baseball again. We're up at Lake Dallas, where the Falcons jumped ahead in the first. There's another hit to the left side. I tell you what, I'm not going to do this guy a disservice anymore. I'm going to find out who number 28 is, and it's probably going to be somebody I should definitely know. Well, throw over to first base. No bueno. Back on his stomach. No balls, 1 strike. Oh, that's a masterful pitch. A masterful pitch. I mean, it was not what anybody expected in that position, that spot. Just a curveball on the back knee across the plate. So 2 strikes now on the batter. Tried to bring the same thing again, kept it inside. It'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, they must have gotten crossed up. Catcher headed out there to have a little discussion. So it's Goldsberry at the plate right now, number 5, and he battles off another sophomore. Luke Bradshaw's number 14 in left field. Luke, I'm sorry I've been getting you wrong all night. Number 26 is Zach Quinn on the hill. And as generally is the case, the stuff that I have on my phone is not telling me who number 28 is. If you know me, you should send me a text and let me know who number 28 is. There's a rip by Goldsberry down the line, and it's a fair ball. It's going to go all the way to the corner. Goldsberry's going to have a stand-up double, and number 28 is going to be hanging out over there at third base with nobody out. Another sophomore getting it done for the Mustangs. Are you sending me volume? Can you amp up your volume a little bit more? Is it way loud? Okay. 2 on, nobody out for the Mustangs now. Swing and a miss by McKinley. So in the 4th inning, this is not unheard of for the Mustangs to consider a squeeze or a safety squeeze here. And that's what it is, and McKinley misses it. 2 strikes now. Fouls it back. One ball, 2 strikes now. McKinley. Swing and a miss. 1 out. Coach Webster looks like he's walking up. He might go to the bench here for a pinch hitter. Number 4, Sevi Aguirre, another sophomore, jumping in there for a pinch hit here with runners on second and third. You know what? I know who number 28 is. I think number 28 is Grant Klein, another sophomore. I think he's called up from the JV. Sorry about that, Grant. Just don't have you on my roster here, buddy. Pitch up in the air, but right back to the catcher. Very good choice of base running. Good base running decision. One ball, 1 strike now on Sevi. Swing and a miss. This is a great pitch. A curveball on 1-1 that came in at the waist, dropped down to the knees. Now number 4 is going to be struggling. That ball's in the dirt. And if I'm the pitcher, that's exactly what I'm throwing on 1-2 with the go-ahead runs at second. Well, with the insurance runs at second and third. 1 out here. Mustangs looking for a little action from number 4, Sevi, and the ball's up. Favorable call that time by the umpire. We're way away, but I've seen that pitch called in some of the games that we've broadcast this year. There's a ball that's hit down to the right side. If it's down, it's trouble. It is down, and it's a fair ball. The Mustangs are going to score at least one. Sevy's going to be at second base, and he drives Goldsberry up to third. Mustangs jump ahead with another run, 3-1. Getting it done with the underclassmen tonight, folks. Getting it done with the underclassmen. But I tell you what, this looks like number 8 right here. Got a runner on second. Judging by the white helmet, it's probably number 12, DJ Catalano. Let's see what we got here. When you can get the back of his jersey there, Tim. Oh, number 7. I don't know number 7. There's a strike. The senior, Mason Shimkus, stepping in now. There's a squeeze play right here. And Shimkus is going to be safe. So the ball's thrown away. Mustangs are going to get some runs. Shimkus is going to end up at third base because nobody's covering. Now, what a play that time. Mason Shimkus getting the ball down on the squeeze and making it all the way to third base because he's got his head up while he's running. Fantastic job, Shimmy. Mustangs pick up 2. Score now is 5-1 in favor of Grapevine on 8 hits, according to the board. Number 14, Bradshaw at the plate. Up, signal was missed, and Shimkus is going to be out. Somebody missed a signal, and based on the stance by Coach Webster, it probably wasn't the runner. At any rate, 2 down in the inning. That cleans the bases. Mustangs miss a golden opportunity right there. Got to have a short memory, though. You play this game. The memory is one pitch to the next. You know. Number 14 looking for a opportunity to atone, I guess. Ball's up. 3 balls, 1 strike. Wind feels like it's died down here in the outfield, but if you look at the flags behind home plate up there in the stands, okay, the ball got by the catcher, and Bradshaw's down to first. If you look at the flags behind home plate, they're still moving pretty significantly. The senior, number 11, McCullough, at the dish now. Pitch stays high. I've been impressed with the Lake Dallas pitcher. He's had a little bad luck, some defense behind him that maybe hasn't performed quite as well as it has at different times throughout the year. There's a swing and a miss. But this guy on that mound, he can throw the ball. There's a steal of second base by Bradshaw. One ball, 1 strike. Mustangs have another batter in scoring position. Patrick McCullough at the plate. It's going to make the third baseman throw him out. Somebody's going to throw him out, maybe the pitcher. Pitcher plays his position well, charges the ball, fields it, sets his feet, squares his shoulders, throws a strike to first base to retire the side, but not before the Mustangs add 3 on. We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score, Grapevine 5, Lake Dallas 1.
With more than 50 years of combined experience, Patrick McKinley and Steve Hutchings launched McKinley & Hutchings PLLC in Southlake, Texas in 2012. In November 2016, the firm moved to Colleyville. Longtime colleagues and friends, Patrick and Steve came together to build a company based on experience, best practices, dedication, and service. Founded on principles of integrity, honesty, and confidentiality, the McKinley & Hutchings goal is to consistently meet the individual needs of its clients, exceed expectations, and deliver outstanding results. If you are looking for a trusted financial partner that can offer objective counsel and professional services, contact McKinley & Hutchings today.
Ball hit to Colin McKinley at second base. He fields it, throws on to first. We're going to try to be with you tomorrow as the 9th grade Mustangs take on the Falcons' 9th grade team. But that game's at a different spot. That is a rip. It's going to be down here. I think it's going to be foul. Man, I tell you what, that ball came off the bat and it just was torched down the left side. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. That's the only way we get that ball's going to be foul. But you know, that's one where if you can charge it and get it in fair territory, the batter was just hanging out in the box. He didn't like the way that ball was bouncing. That'd been a free out. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. 1 away. Quinn has found the slot and settled in. Strike 3. Nope. Wow. It's a good job on that center field view. Looks pretty good. Yeah, we did. Got to remember the rope next time. All right, so the Mustangs get another strikeout. Quinn in control. Strike called. This Mustang team can come at you from so many ways. Had one series this year where things didn't go the way they wanted to. That was against the Hawks from Birdville. And, Birdville just came out and got the bat on the ball every time they took their hands through the strike zone. It was really phenomenal watching that series and really looking at how Birdville was able to swing the stick on those 2 games. 2 balls and 1 strike now. I have not done a good job of keeping up with the standings, but I believe those are the only 2 losses for the Mustangs in the district. So they're in good shape here, headed into the final push. There's 3 weeks left. So this is one of 6 games remaining. Got a 3-1 count here. And Quinn throws one right down Peachtree, and it's fouled off to the right-hand side. And he'll be back in the game with a 3-2 count. Two outs in the inning. And Quinn misses low. It'll be ball 4. And the Falcons will have a runner at first base. There's the first pitch strike from Zach. I don't know where we have at the top of the order. Maybe I missed it. I know in the bottom of the 4th, we got to be probably 3/4 of the way down there, or 60% down their batting lineup. A throw down to first. That was a snap throw by Shimkus from his knees. Almost caught the runner napping. It's a heck of a job. Shimkus going to be playing college baseball next year for Cisco, I believe. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a ball where the batter did a great job of keeping his hands back on an off-speed pitch. He was fooled and he was off stride, but just wasn't able to get enough on it. Pops up to the center fielder for the 3rd out, and the Mustangs retire the side. We're going to the top of 5th. Your score, Grapevine 5, Lake Dallas Falcons 1.
Do you and your family enjoy the outdoors but are in a constant battle with mosquitoes? It's time to stop smacking yourself in the face. Mosquito Joe can treat your yard so you can play ball, cook out, and enjoy time with family and friends. No more itching and scratching for your guests or pets. We take the itch out of outside.
You can find details and more at mosquitojoe.com/DFW. That's mosquitojoe.com/DFW.
A business impact partner.
Making outside fun again.
First pitch is called strike to Rogers. We're clear now. One ball, 1 strike on Jack. There's a high fastball. He fights it off, but he ends up over at Grapevine. That would probably been back in the biology lab, but over here it's just over into the batting cages. 1 ball, 2 strikes by the Falcon pitcher off speed. Whew. I got to tell you, man, that was buckling my knees out here in the Tradio truck. I mean, that's a heck of a pitch. The pitcher pulls a string on that, and he's going to come back with a speed right across the knees, and he's going to get the call. I mean, that's what you throw. That's what you throw in that situation. You change the eye level. You throw that breaker right there at the waist, outside the plate. Try to get him to swing at it. If he doesn't swing at it, then you come back with a hard inside fastball on the knees, and the eye level's changed, and nobody's going to be able to do anything. First pitch is a ball. This is sophomore Jace Christian that put the Mustangs ahead. They were down 1-0 early in the game. Jace came up and drove in a 2-out, 2-run single to change the entire dynamics of the game. Flipped the score, and from that point forward, the Mustangs have had some action. 2-0 on Jace. Jace came up, and he was a dual sport athlete last year. Played both football and baseball. I remember seeing him over at Cross Timbers as a running back on the middle school team. He takes ball 4. He's going to be at first base. And don't know what position he played last year. Really too focused on my son and what was going on over at Cross Timbers. But he's just an all-around strong athlete, as evidenced by the fact that he's got the starting third base spot. Now, I think number 28 is Grant Klein. If I get that wrong, I apologize. But he's in there, takes ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Checks Coach Webster. Got 1 out in the inning. This might be a good spot to hit and run. Jace has got reasonable wheels. Swing and a miss. So the third baseman moved away from the bag. It looks like he shifted off the line. If Grant puts a bunt right down the line, it could be. That's a pitch right there, man. I'll tell you what. Got to give credit where credit's due. That dude can throw that curveball, and he throws it at will. I mean, both pitchers can put their off-speed pitches exactly where they want. They're both pitching today. They're not just throwing. The runner was off on the pitch. So on the 1-2 pitch, he was headed to second base. A little above it on the swing. That'll be a strikeout for this Falcons pitcher. It'll bring up Goldsberry, number 5. Now, a little dilemma here. This might be a good batter to hit and run. To steal on. He's a left-handed batter, and shields the view of the catcher from a break by the runner at first base. The only problem is, with a guy at first base, you got the first baseman holding him, and so you open the hole for Goldsberry, the left-hander. So it's kind of a dilemma. Do you want to do the steal and get him down to second, or do you want to leave that defender close to first base to keep that hole open for Goldsberry on the right-hand side? There's an early break, and I think he's going to get caught out, and he is. Just not a good read that time. But at the same time, Goldsberry is a good one to have leading off the next inning. Mustangs go down 1, 2, 3 if you count the out on the bases by Jace Christian. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your score: Mustangs 5, Lake Dallas 1. back to live action here. We're coming at you from Lake Dallas. They moved this game up from 7:30 to 5 in hopes of getting it in before the rain came. I'm going to knock on some wood, but I think we're headed down that path. That's a good pitch. I'm talking about on the extenders. Oh, really? Two balls, two strikes. Great job that time by McKinley. That was a good play. Stayed back, got the hoppy on it, and had to let it go quickly. The Lake Dallas runner, man, he busted it down first base. Went in head first, but didn't beat the ball. I think we got the top of the order here now with one out. Just missed. You know, the umpire thought it was close because he flinched his right elbow. This ball hit in the air. I don't have it anywhere. Looks like the pitcher's going to make the play, Quinn, and toss it to his mates to throw it around and get it back to him so he can do it again. 2 gone in the inning. One ball, no strikes. Stay hot with your mic. I need to mess around and see. I can't get it. Can't pick it up. Could be this, for sure. Stay hot with your mic when we go to the break. No, it's not. One ball, two strikes now on the batter. There was a time where it was. 1-2, 2 outs here. And there's a ball that's hit. McKinley's going to have to charge it and get rid of it. And he's not going to be able to. I think that might go as an infield hit. I don't know. It's an official scorer's judgment, I suppose. It's going to be a tough play as soon as it came off the bat. Basically a swinging bunt that got by Quinn. It was a two-strike defensive swing. And Lake Dallas ends up with a runner at first base here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Hit by pitch. The Falcons will have runners at first and second here. And I think we have the 4-hole hitter up. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner over at first base. Coach Webster calls timeout. Going to come out and talk it over with the defense. There are 2 outs. This is probably more of a reassurance meeting. Hey, man, it's all you. Ball 1. One ball. Ball stayed high. 2 balls. You know, Mason Shimkus back there is a guy that you don't want to fool around with in terms of getting a big lead at first base. There's a hard hit ball and fielded by Conlon. Underhands it to Patrick, second base. Mustangs pick up the 3rd out of the inning. As the outfield sprints off, we'll go to the top of the 6th. Cruising along here, Mustangs up 5-1.
More than 50 years of combined experience, Patrick McKinley and Steve Hutchings launched McKinley & Hutchings PLLC in Southlake, Texas in 2012. In November 2016, the firm moved to Colleyville. Longtime colleagues and friends, Patrick and Steve came together to build a company based on experience, best practices, dedication, and service. Founded on principles of integrity, honesty, and confidentiality, the McKinley & Hutchings goal is to consistently meet the individual needs of its clients, exceed expectations, and deliver outstanding results.
Check 1, 2. That's all right. It's there, I promise. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's not a lot, but you can hear it when you're listening to this. All right, we'll get you caught up on the count here in just a second. It looks like 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's going to be a tough play. The first out of the inning. Well, we switched out a video card in between the innings. Trying to get you a better shot at the ambient microphone. Looks like the Mustang's going to go with a pinch hitter here. Okay, we got a pinch hitter out here. I need to see if I can get a number on him. Number 21. You know, I'm supposed to know it, I guess. Well, you brag about that. That's Conti. That's Kevin Conti at the plate for the Mustangs now. Takes ball 2. We got 2 outs now. We'll talk about it in the break. Mustang's going to be very selective here in the latter half of the game. Make them throw a strike. 2 balls, no strikes. Put some extra pitches on the pitch count. That's a good pitch by the pitcher. 2 balls, 1 strike. Looked like he painted the inside corner. Umpires are doing a good job today. There's a bump. It's going to be for a base hit. Maybe. Pitcher fields it, throws a strike to first base. Umpire said got him, which I agree with from out here. Well, we're going to head to the bottom of the 6th. Yeah, we might have time to make the news. Mustangs 5, Lake Dallas 1. Six now, swing and miss, strike 1. And strike. One strike on the batter here. We're in the bottom of the 6th, and Quinn looking to clean things up. Lake Dallas has got 3 hits, and one of them was in the first inning. Actually, 2 of them were in the first inning. That's a tough pitch not to call a strike, I think. But we're way far out here. Up and down, that pitch was good, but you can't tell left to right. There's a pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes for the Mustangs. Been a fairly fast-paced game, folks. We're sitting at 6:26, and we've got 2 balls, 2 strikes in the bottom of the 6th on the first batter. Things are moving along, and I do feel a little bit of cool in the breeze. It's supposed to be down to 56 degrees tonight. You know that? Yeah. We're up here in Corinth, Texas, at Lake Dallas today. We'll be back at back in Grapevine tomorrow. Three balls and 2 strikes. Quinn has settled in. Once again, if you get a chance, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It helps us be able to bring you these games periodically. And the first runner here in the or the opening batter in the 6th inning ends up at first base. There's nobody warming up in the Mustang bullpen, or didn't look like there was. Now there's a door open over there, so might be somebody heading down to the pen. They're going to say he was in the box. No way. He was out of the box when the ball hit him. Nah. Yeah, I don't have the instant replay running right now. But I thought he was out of the box. I thought he bunted it, and it hit the ground and kicked up when he took his first step out of the box. But it doesn't matter. It's 1 strike on the batter. The umpires are about 328 feet closer than we are. Throw to first base. Back on his stomach there. Good play. Once again, I really admire this facility. It's a fantastic location. I was up here a couple times. Once on the weekend and once on yesterday. Was that a balk? Must have been a balk. So that's no pitch. We're going to go back to no balls. I believe he didn't come set is what they're going to say. Crickets are coming out. Good pitch. 2 strikes now on the batter. No balls and 2 strikes. But this is a phenomenal location for a baseball game. And the seats, the bleachers for the fans are elevated. There's a ball hit in the air. Somebody ought to have a play on it. Looks like McCullough makes the call for it, and he makes the play. There are 3 different levels. Can you give me a shot of the stands there, Tim? There's the stands are elevated. Those home plate stands look fantastic. And then you got stands on first base and third base, and they're elevated as well. I mean, it's just got to be a great experience sitting over there watching a game. Instead, we're out here in the outfield trying to bring it to you live. Falcons have a runner on second base with 1 out. Looks like number 21 batting. I don't know. Let's see if we can give you a number here in a moment. Nope. Going to have the bad 24, my camera guy tells me. So number 24 hitting for Lake Dallas here. Runner on second gets his lead. Zach Quinn fires to the plate. He gets the call. 1 ball, 1 strike. Zach is asking what the count is. think he thought the first pitch was a strike. Or maybe that they got a little crossed up. Shimkus calls timeout, and Shimmy goes out there to talk to Zach. They can square it away and figure out what the signals are. Two seniors working it through. Make sure they're on the same page. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on second base is number 20 for Lake Dallas. Wind picks up a little bit, but it's blowing in. Wow. Good discipline by that hitter. Good recognition of the umpire's strike zone this afternoon and how he's been calling the game. I think the umpire's been very consistent on his strike calls in terms of up and down. We don't have a good view on left and right. There's a ball that he went down to get. Rogers in pursuit. He may have a play over there by the fence, but he wasn't able to get over there in time. It's going to drop for the second strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes on number 24 from Lake Dallas. So this game started earlier. Both coaches agreed to have the first pitch at 5 p.m. based on the weather reports previously. Mustangs have some action down there in the bullpen. 2-2 count, 1 out. Quinn sets, throws to the plate, and he picks up the strikeout. Thought he was getting a little gassed, but then he bings a strikeout. So there you see the action in the pen over there for the Mustangs. Maybe Wes Cunningham over there. Pickoff play at second base, and the runner's back on his stomach. Timing play called by the catcher or by the dugout. Catcher flips his glove, or the pitcher comes set for a count and then turns around and just throws. Patrick McCullough breaks at the same time. Something that just doesn't happen, something the Mustangs practice aggressively every week. Hard hit ball back to Quinn. Off of his shin, he picks it up and throws to first base. Got to check him, see if he's okay. He did get the third out in the inning. Looks like he's limping a little bit to come off the field. Hey, we're headed to the bottom of the, we're headed to the top of the 7th. Wow. Top of the 7th. Mustangs up 5-1. Well, that's the first out in the inning. And a pop-up to the right side. If you're joining us late, I can't help you too much. This is the 7th inning of a 7-inning game. Both coaches agreed to start early, 5 o'clock, I think, in anticipation of potential foul weather later on this evening. And it was a good call, I think, judging by how the winds change. There's a ball that's hit right to the shortstop for the second out of the inning. He got the stick on it. He got the barrel on it. Didn't jump off the bat too well. So number 11, McCullough, coming in. I'd like to thank our game sponsors, McKinley and Hutchings. CPAs out of Colleyville. Get a chance, give them a call. Tell them thank you. I think more than anything, for business tax services, they're your go-to, McKinley and Hutchings. CPAs from Colleyville. There's a rip right there by McCullough, but the right fielder has a bead on it. He drifts back, times it perfectly, so he gets back there at the same time the ball does, and he catches it for the third out of the inning. Lake Dallas looking for a way to come back from this. Mustangs 5, Lake Dallas 1. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Sure. Yeah. All right, we're headed now to the bottom of the 7th, folks. Lake Dallas, looking for an opportunity to hang around. Great camera work by the guy we know as Polo out in the left field. So all these shots are a function of fantastic gear and fantastic knowledge. Here we go. That's a ball hit to Conlon at second base. Fires it over to first base to pick up the first out of the 7th inning. Mustangs looking for an opportunity to pick up 2 more outs and get home before the Curse of Oak Island comes on. That's at 8 o'clock. I'm going to do a History Channel blurb. Curse of Oak Island, #1 show on cable. There's a ball that's hit to McCullough at shortstop. He comes up and just throws a gunshot over to first base. Man, you need to sell tickets for that gun show. That's Patrick McCullough showing off his arm from shortstop. Two outs now. I wonder if Jace, number 19, if he knew he was going to be in every single walk-up shot today. Do you think he realized that when he went to work today at third base? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I bet he would have kept his shirt tucked in if he had known that. Here's a strike. Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, no, it's good. Oh. That ball hit him? Sure did. That's what you don't want. You don't want free passes here when you're 1 out away. Mustangs ready in the bullpen, though. Trying to give Quinn the opportunity to go the distance. There's 2 outs. 5-1 is your score. Ready 5 is available. Looks like Cunningham. Looks like Wes Cunningham over there. If Quinn gets in trouble. But I have a feeling he's going to do it right here. Runner at first base doesn't mean anything. Yeah, make him earn it, Zach. Tell you what, I can't say anything about a pitcher, though. When I was 11 years old, somebody put me on the mound. Actually, I think it was 10. Put me on the mound. Wanted me to take a shot at pitching. There's a, wow, must be outside. 3 straight pitches ended up on the backstop. I turned around and I gave the ball back to the coach and said, I'm not interested in this job, and walked back to my spot at third base. Three balls, no strikes here. There's a strike. Right down Main Street. I don't know what they call it up here in Corinth. But it's Main Street. That's a good shot of Zach Quinn on the hill. Shimkus and Jace Christian in the shot here. And then we can't get the walk-up shot now because Jace moved right in front of it, didn't he? We got to let him know. He's in, we got to let him know, right? Okay. Okay, so Coach Webster heads out to the mound. Going to check in with Zach. 5-1 ball game. Looks like Lake Dallas is going to send a runner over to first base. With 1 out left, I don't know if you make the change or not. He's going to ride with Quinn. He's going to ride with Quinn. Sure, Quinn looked him in the face and said, Coach, I got it. Here's Quinn, 2 runners on. 4-run lead. There's a great pitch. Man. Coach walks out, says something to him. You got both feet in the box. You got your hands ready because you know he's going to throw you a fastball, and he drops a curve right in for a strike. Unbelievable. One ball, one strike. McKinley back in short right field with a left-handed hitter up there. The scouting must say he pulls it. There's a ball hit to the first baseman, and it's in foul territory. I thought it was going to stay fair. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Quinn, ball hit to Jack Rogers, and Mustangs take the victory at Lake Dallas on the 5 p.m. Businessman Special start time. It's a final here from Corinth. Your score, Grapevine Mustangs 5, Lake Dallas 1. Been a production of Tradio. Thanks to our cameraman, Tim Polster. We'll try to catch you tomorrow from Grapevine with the 9th graders in action. Thanks to our sponsors, Mosquito Joe and McKinley and Hutchings.